Let's go. Got the music. Feeling good. Let me go ahead and share my screen, and let's just hop in. Feeling good, feeling the flow. I think I just needed a little break because I was staring at a lot of crypto charts, and then I was just like waiting patiently on those crypto charts, and they haven't been flowing the trades. I just been getting into buys. So yeah, I'm gonna put more time into forex, and so I was just waiting for that inspiration. And last night specifically, I was just like, dang man, I kind of feel bad. Like I really haven't been trading a lot, and I'm like, what is it? Like, what could I take out of my life to do it? And I have been coaching a lot for sure, but I think a lot of it was just staring at crypto charts too much. And anyway, so good thing to take a break from that for a little bit. Get back into the fundamentals, forex, my roots. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of start off and just roll through it a bit. So GBP JPY, I see a couple things. So first off, on the weekly, we did have a strong 2 weeks ago. We had a strong close below the lows, below the bodies of all these candles, right? And as I've talked about many times before, that candle, the body is obviously a lot more powerful of a signal than the wicks are. So looking at that, then the following week, we didn't get a bounce. Yeah, we came up a little bit, but notice as we started to approach the top, I would say the top of the previous weekly candle here, this bearish one, and also kind of inside this little bit of a liquidity level, where this wick was from even the previous week, we started to see resistance that was where we wicked down. So based off this weekly, I'm already feeling a little more bearish. Now daily, I do have to say though, we're still at a support level, but so I'm not going to be inclined to get into a sell until we like officially break the support level. But I'm going to be more inclined to probably stay out of a trade until I get confirmation either way. So, okay, on the daily here, what I do like is for a bullish argument is that we did have a strong daily bounce, pretty large Maribozu large body candle. And we right after that, we experienced the bearish movement, we hit this resistance level. We haven't had follow through with the bearish price action here. So to me, the weekly looks like, okay, could go down, but we're also at support. Daily looks more like it's showing that we're at support, but we still are experiencing resistance here. So at this level here, when we came up, we experienced that resistance here and pushed down a little bit. We had support, and I like the engulfing candles. I like the bodies of these bullish candles are a little larger, but also we showed resistance with this candle. And this current daily, we can't make a decision on it. But if we get a 4 hour to close, same thing, we can't make a decision on the 4 hour. We haven't been able to break above that level, basically is what I'm getting at. So for me, at least on swing trades, on the higher time frames, daily, weekly, even 4 hour, I would just want to wait for confirmation. So we are at support. One other thing too, that it's a consistent pattern that I see, when it comes to breaking support, and if we continue, or look at this bullish movement here. So I look at each movement, each impulse. So here's an impulse up, here's an impulse down, right? So up and down, just like the breath. Goes in, goes out. Just like the tides of the ocean, they come in, they go out. And so I try to look at the charts in that way. And so coming back to it, this bullish movement here, I see the beginning of that movement as support. So I see this almost as one candle, okay, if you will. And this bearish movement, yes, we were a little bit more drawn out, and we haven't gone as fast down as we went up. As we can see, this was just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bullish candles in a row. And this we've been, couple to a few. So on that note, though, the beginning of this, if we look at this movement as one candle, and we look at this downward movement as one candle, even though it's more stretched out, it has overtaken that movement here. And so we haven't taken the next one below it. But to me, we're technically, because of the bodies closing below, we have made a lower low if we're looking at that from there. So right now, yeah, high time frames. Whoops. High time frames are a no trade zone for me at the moment. But I'm honestly feeling it. And if there's a scalp available, I'll probably take it. Oh yeah, let me pop on B-bands. I haven't done that in I've been like trying to go back to my roots of just looking at the candles more and indicators. And so, but Bollinger Bands, can't deny. So, okay, then we look at these on the 4-hour, and I'm more inclined to be bullish. Same thing, no trade zone, but we just tested the moving average. We got, this 4-hour candle has 2 hours and 42 minutes left. So we'll see what happens, but we are in a bit of an uptrend. So let's see here. Okay, hourly sideways. So I'm going to just say right now, when it comes to scalping, I'm probably not as inclined to hop into this because it's all no trade zone for me. So I'm just going to move on. See what silver's looking like. I got deep into silver yesterday with Jess. Jess just started her first coaching session yesterday.
Don't tell me you're bullish silver now, Zeller. Come on.
I actually told her to short gold yesterday. So yeah, see, I drew this gold trade out as a short yesterday. So yeah, I'm feeling the short. My target is based on the fact that just the same pattern I was just talking about in GJ, where we had the beginning of this bullish movement and we overtook it. We've closed some candlesticks below, not well below yet. We're still at a support level, but we've rejected the moving average here. We're kind of getting a squeeze. We just got a strong engulfing candle yesterday, engulfed the previous two previous two bullish candles. So yeah. So if I'm short gold, that gold and silver tend to do the same things. And I would definitely look at silver shorts as well. And I can see the price action even better in silver. Like silver, the downward trend that's coming is a lot more apparent. Did you sell? Are you gonna sell, Carl?
Yeah, I posted that this morning. I've got two supply zones that I was looking at this morning, and literally at right after I posted it, it yanked at the stock market open. But macro wise, I think I might have posted my macro chart. If not, I will. But I think I'm still super long term, super long term being 5-10 years. Very, very bullish on silver.
Yeah.
I think that we should see 40 plus, and it would be a very, very fast, steep move up there. But first, I think there's too many people trapped in here, and this action has been absolutely poop. So I think that we've got to dive below 20 really quick, 19, maybe 18, just depends on how much selling pressure prints on the way down there. But I'm looking to get really, really long below 20. Like when I look at the chart right now, a weekly chart, it's like, okay, where would I buy this from a weekly perspective? Cannot buy it until it's down at 19, 18, maybe 20 again. It just depends on the action that comes down there. But
I have your chart here too that you posted. Looks beautiful, very clean.
Yeah, there she goes. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, again, we've got a ton of U.S. news today. The Fed Chair Powell is going to come out and talk. We've got an FOMC meeting. We've got different economical numbers that are going to come out. And whenever that happens, we always see a ton of volatility in metals. I've been shorting this whole way down this this action has been very not bullish, not like overly bearish, but not bullish at all. So I've been shorting. We'll see. I've got like 5,000 running in profit literally since that post with a stop loss at break even. If it comes down to my target, I'm looking at 40 grand on a free risk. So whatever happens could just happen at this point. It doesn't matter.
I love that. I love it. I love it. So when you open a trade, how soon do you move your stop to break even?
All depends on the price action. So
Okay.
with me, I love seeing, obviously, as we all do, we love seeing price go our way dramatically as soon as we get in. Like, obviously, I want to get in the trade. I want to be really right, really fast. But sometimes that doesn't happen and price will chop sideways. Generally, that sideways movement is not good for my trade entries because, if I'm getting into a short, I'm saying, okay, there's much more supply than there is demand. If this is the case, price will dramatically, like we saw in silver today, out of my zone, it'll drop. If it doesn't, generally that means that consolidation means like distribution. That consolidation means distribution, which should lead to higher prices instead of lower prices. Obviously, given context of trend in the high time frame analysis, but generally sideways consolidation is not good. So I will let price work. Not a whole lot of candles. Like I won't let a whole lot of candles come out. Generally, when I get in, that thing is going to go my way. And if it doesn't, then I'm going to tighten up the stop. I always have to give it room to work, but as soon as I get that really dramatic flush, that move away, I'm moving up the stop at break even. And you do that, you throw away the silver chart, right? Silver chart's gone. Now I'm on to whatever else it is. Like right now, I'm on the Nikkei of the Japan stock market. I think that we could see a really gnarly flush in that one as well. So now I'm just focused on the Nikkei. But generally, price will go my way. Sorry for these long-winded answers, but generally, price will go my way. Then I'll move my stop.
Yeah, no, never be sorry. Yeah, okay, cool. So what chart time frame do you find yourself trading most or making your decisions mostly?
Great question. I generally don't have so Forex is so much different, right? Because like the order flow of the Forex market, given that there's $6 trillion a day exchanged, and you're literally dealing with world economies and governments, quite literally the largest players that exist. That's who you're trying to trade with or trade against, and generally that market isn't as fair to me because it is so much more volatile in the short term. So I can't really manage my stops how I want to because there's so much more liquidity in the Forex market that it's very, very wicky. Like everybody I talk to that trades Forex, generally they'll have like wider stops and like a swing trading perspective. So entry time frame, like when you're looking high time frame perspective, you'll be like 4-hour, daily, weekly, monthly above. And then you'll try to like scale down onto a lower time frame, get an entry, but your stop loss will still be kind of wide around that 4-hour level. With me, the reason why I like the stock market so much is because there's two real clear participants in these markets, and it's novices and professionals, or retail traders and institutions. And I am aiming to trade with the institutions. And the order flow is just so much different. Like they have a set amount of time that they get to work with. The stock market opens and closes at a certain time every single day. And they come into work at a certain time during the day, right? So it's like, okay, what does the order flow look like? Okay, market opens at 6:30 PST. Shit's going batshit crazy. 7 a.m. is what I call the 7 a.m., like the golden reversal. 7:30 a.m. PST is generally when you'll see order flow, institutional order flow, simmer down and be completed. Like they will complete their kind of like daily order flow. So often at 7:30, we see a reversal on price. So to answer the question again, long-winded, I use high time frame areas, and then I'll scale all the way down below a 1-minute chart, and they're called tick charts. And it basically, instead of every candle being printed every 1 minute. These candles are printed by how many orders are exchanged. So let's say you have like 100 tick chart, it'd be like 100 contracts traded if you're trading futures, or within the stock market to be like 100 shares exchanged. But what I'm doing is I'm looking for that trend, right? Like let's say you have a support level and prices coming down to that support level, and that's where you want to buy. What I'll do is get onto these lower time frame charts and allow the low time frame trend to reverse to an uptrend, wait for key pivots to get taken out. And now it's like, okay, well, I know that the high time frame trend is down, but the low time frame trend is now flipped to up, and we're at high time frame support. So that's kind of the answer there, is take a high time frame area, refine it all the way down to a low time frame, get down to, okay, what is the trend doing here? And then try to get on that low time frame trend. So if that low time frame trend continues to go up, okay, well now we have to zoom out, potentially have a high time frame trend reversal. And that's how I pick the very bottoms, or at least close to the bottoms.
I love it. Great answer. Great answer. So interesting. The tick charts, I actually haven't, I don't think I've ever looked at, do they look the same as a candlestick chart?
They are candlesticks in the sense of like how they are formed, but it's just different because with a 1 minute chart or a 5 minute chart, whatever time chart that you're looking at, when you look down at the horizontal axis on the bottom, you'll see that it's very exact, right? Like it's 5 minute increments or 10-minute increments.
Right.
The thing with tick charts is like it could take in, at the market open, you could get like a clusterfuck of 100 tick charts at the open because so much volume is coming through. But then at like 10, 11, 12, you might look down and it's like there's just like this big gap in time, because that's as price slows down, as order flow slows down. There's not as many orders being traded. So that horizontal axis is different, but I'm looking for like very, very specific price structures. And on tick charts, they're just so much more clean because it's based on volume and not time. If you want to do a little deep diving into these, Thinkorswim, I'm sure you've heard of it, TD Ameritrade's platform. I would download that. It's free to download. Pretty sure it's free data. You have all of the different products, stocks, options, futures, Forex, now crypto, and you can use tick charts. And that's like the only place that I go to for tick charts. There's another chart called a volume chart, share bar chart, not a volume, but a share bar chart instead of a tick chart, share bars. I sometimes look at those, kind of like the same thing. It just doesn't it's not like an odds enhancer to look at a share bar versus a tick bar, but share bars are another way of looking at volume in a candlestick as well.
Is the tick charts remind me of Renko. I remember for a little while, like probably for 2 or 3 months, I was trying this technique with using Renko charts. Have you heard of Renko?
Seen some badass traders use those. Yeah, those monkey bars.
Just put them on the screen. They're kind of weird looking.
There's another one called if you look up out here in Colorado, if you use Twitter at all, I'm sure you've seen him. His name is Trend Spider J. Jake Wujastik. He's like one of the founding members of Trend Spider. He actually became like my best friend out here. He uses rain bar charts, rain bar candles, raindrop candles, actually, sorry, raindrop. And it draws like this circle almost around a monkey bar. And it's pretty gnarly. Like you can look, okay, is the most of the volume distributed in the top of the candle or the bottom of the candle? And then looking at that within trend as well is super powerful.
Interesting. That's yeah, I'd be curious to see what that chart looks like. That's so cool. Yeah, and I guess it's like whatever flows best. That's yeah, it's super interesting. And I think that's why it's important, like when I'm trading, I like to use as little indicators as possible just to make it more simple. So I could see with what you're talking about, like the tick chart and things, like just ultra simple. It's just like, here it is. It's plain.
Completely agree. Too many indicators definitely overcomplicate things, and they form a bias. It's like, oh, but I've seen this indicator do this, and it's just like, no, it's like put the indicators away, focus purely on individual candlesticks and trend, and you'll be a-okay. I agree.
Yeah, I love it. Well, appreciate the insight, man. Super grateful for that. Super
Anytime.
grateful. If you guys, if you guys notice, Carl here is A-list in the group, and I mean, you heard it from him. If he gets in, it's pretty sure it's going to go his way. So Carl's been trading a bit longer than me, and yeah, had some really good coaches. Sounds like really good mentors in the space. So anyway, always grateful for some great valuable fire information. It's amazing. Thank you so much.
Anytime, man. And to anybody listening, if you guys have any questions on anything, do not hesitate to reach out at all. Zeller and I have so much of the same mentality in that we just love to share information and help people. And yeah, literally just reach out whenever.
Yeah, same. So Carl's really good with just the pattern recognition, recognizing volume, being super precise. And so yeah, any pattern stuff, he's really good. And you guys can hit him up in Discord. Like I said, it's A-list. I'll pull it up one more time. Capital A-L-I-S-D. Hard to miss. Well, dope. So this is actually my first time looking at, I'm not first time, but I did a little bit. I looked at some Forex and commodities charts yesterday, first time in at least a week. So it's good to kind of get back, get warmed up a little bit. As Carl said, that time, when I was most consistent in scalping, I was up usually like 7 a.m. Eastern. And then I would stay on the charts 7 a.m. Eastern, sometimes until like 9, 10 a.m. If I was feeling it, I would stay until 11. But I noticed the volume kind of died down right around 10, which is perfect with what Carl was just saying about around 7:30 Pacific. 7:30 a.m. Pacific is when all those institutional orders they make their move. And so yeah, anyway, so when it comes to scalping, if you're looking for that more consistent thing, taking that time to be up. That's why I used to live stream those 3 times a week at that same time, because it was best. But I was just overdoing it for myself. I got to make sure I'm staying focused, because if we get burnt out, then the information comes out burnt out. We don't want that. All right, we want to keep it valuable.
That's crazy that you guys were saying about that 10:30, because I've been looking at like the regular stock market again. And yeah, right now we're getting a little pump when everything's taking always like 10:30. There's like a little jump and then dies.
Yes. Yeah, it's pretty consistent too with that time frame. So yeah, I do find I can, the cool thing with trading is we can flow with it. And so that's where I've been able to like be really consistent with myself, is just trading when I'm in flow. So yes, that's the best time to find to get the volume for sure. But also don't want to limit ourselves, because there were times also where I had stayed up really late doing something, and it's like, I know I should be trading in the AM, and I would force it because I'm like, okay, this is when the best opportunities are. So yes, if you can, the key is to be in flow. So if you can align your schedule and align yourself to experience and get into a flow state at the same time where we're experiencing those high levels of volume and the volatility, you're going to have more opportunity to capitalize. But I have made so many trades during the Asian Open, which is like late afternoon. So like 5, 6 p.m. Eastern, something like that, where I've been able to make some scalps. But with trading, you have to take what the market presents,
Zeller, can I comment on that really quick?
Of course, dude.
That is such a great point. I break down my trading performance, especially this year, just becoming abundantly clear. This is my first year full time. I opened up the LLC to trade through in February. It's A-list LLC. Everything is branded A-listed anyways. What I have noticed big time is that when I try to force things, and it's always coming at the peril of a dollar sign, right? Like I have to hit a certain figure or whatever it is. When I am trying to force things and I am not in a flow state, truly a flow state, I don't trade well. And when I just completely let go, I don't care about, okay, I took 2 or 3 stop losses in a row, or okay, I didn't hit my figure this week. When I don't care about any of that, I make so much fucking money. It's not even funny. Truly. So important.
And guys, that's a big reason why, like, I moved to Mexico, because I love the mountains, and I came from the mountains, and they're beautiful. But I, through and through, like, the beach is my space, and the green trees, like just the fresh air, the blue skies, the consistent sunshine. That's it for me. And so just to bring it back, to connect it with what Carl was saying, I moved here to experience more peace, to get myself more often into those states. And so that's why I'm really grateful with trading, and like it's like compounded on itself, where I was able to figure out some things with trading, make some money. But then when I had the money, I was able to use that as a tool to experience higher levels of freedom, which has allowed me to make even more money, because I'm getting my mindset in that place, getting myself into an expanded state. So, but the absolutely key, and Carl mentioned it, is flow state, is getting into that. And that's where it's really, really, really important to be super aligned with, and super like connected and conscious of where you're at. And so that's why I mentioned things like the microdose that I recommend and that I take consistently, Redwood Micro, and they give a discount if you mention me. So it's the best microdose there, and it's like every mushroom you could think of, like lion's mane, chaga, all of the brain food in there. When I take the microdose, I can pop like 2 of these, and it's like I'm easily able to obtain flow state within an hour. And so sometimes I partner with a little bit of caffeine with a little coffee. Sometimes I'll smoke a little bit of a joint, like, I'm just getting into flow as much as possible. And the reason why that works is because when you're in flow, you're connected to all things. You're connected to the highest version of yourself. And you're connected to like infinite consciousness. You're just connected. And it's when we feel the most like dancing, or when we feel like singing, because connecting to that the universal consciousness, it's pure creative energy. And so that's why trading, I see also as such an art. LeBron James gets into that same creative energy when he's playing basketball, and Floyd Mayweather when he's boxing, and us when we're trading, it's the same thing. People surfing, it's all the same thing. And so anyway, whatever it takes to get there, as much as possible. If you just make that your goal, and then do the other things, it'll come for sure.
Zeller, were those the ones that I was able to receive, were those the same ones that you're talking about?
No, the ones you have were higher dose.
Well, regardless, if you're talking dancing, flow state, this weekend was Powabunga and Dale, a lot of dance music. I'll tell you what, my boy, those
good. They're good.
Talk about flow state. Absolutely. It was amazing. Truly.
Yeah. The other one that I have is, I don't have it next to me. It's downstairs. But it's a smaller dose. And so those ones that I gave you are really good just for like a full trip, like a full experience. And so, but yeah, we have those available too. So if anyone ever
my birthday's in 7 days. So if you've been thinking of a birthday gift,
hey, let's go. Okay. I'm going to get actually texting your address if you think of it.
You got it.
Let's go. Yeah, guys, I anything it takes, but I also want to emphasize, like, they use these things as tools. I have a couple of viewpoints on it. First of all, we don't need anything. That we can experience these things going within. And so I noticed this, like, Sometimes it's a sitting meditation practice. Sometimes it's going on a walk. That gets me to flow. For me also, if I'm coaching, that gets me in a flow state. It just brings me up. I don't have to do anything for that, right? It doesn't have to come from without. Breath work. Diet is huge. Diet's so big, at least for me. It all comes down to your mindset and your beliefs and your thoughts. But if you're eating food that's just like low frequency, low vibration, right? Like fast food, you can expect that your body's going to feel the same way. And I don't know, probably no one on here really does that, but if you can just eat food that's more fresh, more alive, more, it's going to give you vitality and not take from your vitality, right? So that's another thing to focus on. But anyway, I can't remember. I got to check. I know I charted this on a coaching session goal, but I don't know if I posted it. Let's see. I don't think I did post it. Oh yeah, gold scalp idea. No, that was the other day. Whatever. So yeah, I charted this on a coaching call yesterday, and the reason why I'm looking at these targets or this specific target for gold is because I see that as the next major support level is around 1725, 1724. And so I'm kind of aiming for a little bit before that, like potentially planning for a higher low. I'm going for the more consistent thing. We are at the support level currently of 1764, but we obviously would need to confirm to break through that before we go down to where I believe we will. But the reason that I'm so confident that we will is a couple things. We were trending up. We broke that trend based off this little purple line here. We also retested. We broke below the support line. There was not just the purple trend line of support, but also this yellow support line. And then I was explaining to you as well, this idea about looking at individual movements when it comes to engulfing pattern. So we had the bullish movement, which starts at the beginning of the bullish candle here. And notice we've closed one daily candle below it, which tells me it's another reason that it's more weak. We didn't bounce very strong. Whereas obviously the first time we tested that level, you can see here, we had a strong wick. And even this candle, it closed more strong, more bearish. We still wicked above that level. So we were still showing support there. So since we've broken that, I don't believe that this will hold. And it didn't take long. So we tested this support level that we're currently at. And then we retested both, multiple levels, right? The trend here, the opposite side of the trend, the resistance line now was support level. But we retested and it hasn't taken us very long to get back to the support level, where if you notice last time we were at the support level, look how strong the bounce was and look how weak this one is now. So all these reasons are reasons why I believe that I'm very confident we're going to head down. I think I did open the trade. I was deep in it. No, I didn't open the trade, dang it. But I was charting it. So that's good though. It was me getting warmed up, getting back into it. So feeling good about it. What I'll probably do at this point, because I didn't open the trade when I initially talked about it, is I'm going to wait for a confirmation. I'm going to wait for a confirmation on probably the 4 hour at least. We'll see what the daily looks like when it closes. But just because we are at this low time, at the support level on multiple time frames, I'd say more high time frame, but let's see what B-bands are telling us. Yeah, this hourly, we got 15 minutes to an hourly close. We did get a strong wick off the support level. So kind of want to wait to see how this closes. This 15-minute though is looking pretty good for a downward movement. And honestly, just off this 15-minute chart, I'd still probably wait for this next candle to close, but this already looks like a good entry point. Same thing, we're just right at the support level, so we want to see, but look at how we bounced off support, and we've already the level or the bullish movement here on the 15-minute where we have bounced. We had an engulfing candle, and we've already closed below and taken over that candle. So yes, we did have another strong wick, but overall, we're moving down. So let's check it in about 15 minutes. Let's see what 5 minutes looking like. Yeah, 5 minute as well. The bearish price action is a lot stronger. So I'd be inclined to enter this, re-enter this on a 5 minute close. That's bearish. So yes. I want to ask anyone if you're down, if you want to send a message, or if you want to turn your mic on and speak it. But if there's any questions on anything that has to do with mindset, pattern recognition, or even if you're just like, man, half the stuff you guys are talking about, I don't know. That's okay too. Ask. That's how we get better. And I have tons of videos I can share with you. Yeah, if there's any questions, or if you have a chart, I would say I want to make a deal. If you guys ever want anyone to analyze the chart, I'm going to say me specifically. If you post your analysis of it first, even if it's only just with support and resistance, and post what you think first, then we'll share. We'll go in.
I'm in that thing too. Just tag me. I got you guys.
Let's go. Yeah, that'd be awesome. That would be awesome. So doesn't look like anyone has questions right now. I'm just gonna kind of chill on gold since it's looking so good. We got 2 minutes for this 5 minute close, so I'm not gonna really scan through the charts and keep my focus here. I even got Ethereum up at the top here. So a lot of mostly what I look for is just price action, guys. Just what the candles are doing in relationship to each other can tell us a lot. So just simply looking just to add more onto what I was talking about earlier. Here we had this downward movement. I'm on the 5 minutes, so we have to know that the 5 minute pattern is not going to be nearly as strong as like a 1 hour or 4 hour, but it still can give us a lot of info. But we had this downward movement here, and notice that as we bounced, we started to approach the top of that downward movement. Also happened to be us approaching that moving average here, the 20 period moving average, and we've resisted so far at that level. And then we had the downward movements. Also notice that the strength and how fast they moved down. So in 2 candlesticks, we went from 1771 to 1764, but then it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candlesticks basically to go from that level back up to 1770, which wasn't quite where we made the initial drop from. So little things like that, especially now these patterns are going to be a lot stronger on the higher time frames, of course. So that's why we like to look for alignment in them. It's like, okay, 4 hour, 1 hour, that's going to send it down hard. All right, 15 minute, 5 minute. Let's find as soon as it's bearish, let's hop in. And always wait for a close, of course. So with this candle close we're about to get here, what would I want to see for us to get in at this point? I probably want to see it close below this low here, below this support line. So this close we just got, not quite getting that at the moment. So it could just be some sideways action. So that's going to be the key here. Like I said, looking at the higher time frames, I'm still just heavily inclined to hop in a short. But I am going to move on to a different chart and just wait. And I'm going to put a notification so that as soon as we break that level, I'm going to get a text. Let's check Euro USD. Oh, that looks like a good short to hop in potentially. 5 minute. Yeah. We're broken below support level that I marked. 4 hour, we're waiting for confirmation. 1 hour, we kind of have gotten it. We bounced off the top band here. We've experienced a lower high. Same thing as I was talking about on both gold and DJ. Remember the looking at individual movements. We fully engulfed this individual movement and we made a new low. Retested a bit, kind of that same support level. But you see on the top of the Bollinger Bands, and we're getting that squeeze. So we haven't closed, but the fact that closed below this low, but the fact that we've got the strong bearish candle, yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's see on higher time frames. Ooh, this looks kind of juicy to me. This looks really juicy. Weekly still at support. Daily, I mean, we're still at the support level, but this action is looking juicy. Okay, daily I would enter now. 4 hour, I'd want to wait for a close. 1 hour I could enter now with a tight stop loss. Oh man. Yeah, guys, this looks really good. Okay, let's draw it out. Okay, so if we enter here, I would base my stop loss probably in the 1 hour here. So just above that last high, keep it tight. Now we have to know, okay, I've marked the support level. And we technically, I mean, the support level could go all the way down here. You know, it's obviously it's a range, so it's gonna be a little patient with that. Daily we close below the low. Let's see. Okay, so I'm just kind of looking for key levels where we bounced in the past. I'm gonna put this line like exactly here. So that's gonna be probably the first level that I would check for a bounce. And then let me make a couple more. So I'm basing that, by the way, that line off of this bottom here. Okay, we can see we messed with it here. These candle bodies line up perfectly. Resistance here, support a little bit here, support here. So good level. Yeah, and I would mark the top of these wicks as well, since, well, that line thick. Okay. So based on a scalp, that's kind of what I'm looking at, these two levels here. Based off of this, I would want to probably see a break, just consistent price action saying that we're moving. It looks like we're getting it. And then my target would be here. And this would just be a scalp. And that puts me at a 2.5 risk to reward ratio. What do we want to see? In this case, we're 5 minutes to this hourly close. If we close how we are now, then it's a good entry for sure. So, and why? Why is it a good entry? Well, this would be continuation of this rejection. This would be a close below the last low, above all these lows. Yes, we do have support here, but the downtrend is real.
One more thing, Zeller, that makes this a good trade. You're trading the euro versus what?
Ooh, yep, the dollar.
Go head over to DXY. Go to a 4 hour DXY chart on TradingView.
All right, let's do it. Oops. What chart? What time frame you want to look at?
Like 4 hour.
4 hour. Okay. There we are.
Big time consolidation here, kind of shaped like a bull flag, ready getting to take out the highs. That would be good for your euro short.
Yeah, it does look really good, doesn't it? Yeah, we did just make a new high here, broke these two.
And it would be beautiful for my silver short. You know what I'm saying?
True, man. Let's go. Okay, so there you go. Let's do it. 5 minutes till the close, so I'm just gonna stay true to my knowing of patience and wait for that perfect confirmation.
Beautiful. Love it.
We tag everyone now in the group. Shorting silver and
I mean, silver is just getting crushed today, down 2% already on the day. How much more can she go? I don't know.
Let's find out, dude.
I really hope sub 20 because I'm done for the year. So
I love it. Yeah, it's about that time, man. I'm gonna probably take like a week off next week, after next week. Call it a year. Yeah.
it's been a good one, man. It has. It's been a good one. It's time to stop and enjoy, smell some of the roses, and plant some new ones for next year.
Yeah, man. This for me has been one of the best years when it comes to growth. It's personal growth, just expansion, my own mind, my own psyche. Yeah, it's been cool. Really cool. Financial growth too has been amazing. But it's for me, I think it's a reflection that the deeper I go and just kind of learn more about myself, I find I'm more abundant. So
Absolutely agree. That dollar sign is kind of, personally for me at least, just a byproduct. A byproduct of how much in flow I am. It sounds kind of woo-woo crazy, but it's just how my life has been.
Yeah. No, not at all. Makes so much sense. And on that note, shout out to the flow sensors we got coming, guys. They're done. They're in the mail. We have our first 100 for the pilot program. These sensors literally will tell you when you're in flow, when you're not. And so obviously for those that are good at flowing, you kind of know it's like, well, okay, I kind of get an idea and I have an idea now, but it's going to be a training tool, and we're going to be able to gather data, hard data, and say, okay, this is what makes me flow. This is what flow looks like. This is what makes me experience higher levels of flow or lower levels of flow, on and on. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. But pretty soon I'm going to announce on Instagram and all that for the first 100, we're taking applications for the pilot program. But long term, and I don't know, it could be a year, could be 2 years. I don't know how this is going to flow, but long term, these are going to be publicly available for purchase, of course. And yeah, I'm really excited because especially with trading and teaching trading and assisting others, you've heard it from 2 people now, just today, but getting in flow is a key. And so if we can provide a tool that shows you when you're flowing, it's really good. And other cool features that are coming with it is imagine you and all your friends are wearing flow sensors in your family. There's going to be a platform or a messaging option to where you can, your messages will pop up in a specific color rating your flow. So let's say if people around you, someone texts you and they're not really feeling it, they're kind of feeling down, you could filter your messages and say, hey, I only want to see the purple right now because I'm in that state. And same thing, if you're sending a message out to someone, it'll tell you, okay, you're not in flow. Maybe you shouldn't read that, or maybe you shouldn't send it, that's really cool. Yeah, but trading specifically, it's going to be amazing. So super stoked. All right, we just got this hourly close. It looks good. I'm gonna hop in and I'm gonna keep that stop loss pretty tight. So I'm gonna sell Euro USD. And I'm also gonna look at gold. We got the hourly close. I kind of feel inclined to sell silver since we've been talking about it so much today.
Let her just retrace a little bit up. Give her a little corrective move up and then think about the short. 10 a.m. PST, we got a whole lot of stuff coming out. So
yeah, we're down. We're stretched down. That's not an entry for me. I agree.
Hopefully it'll just print one big red candle down to 0 and I get out.
Did you see I posted to Instagram? I saw on Coinbase that somehow XRP pumped for like 2 seconds up to like $23 million per coin.
I have no idea what these glitches are, but I would be one very upset person if I saw that and it was mine.
Oh man.
Yeah, bro. One of
Yeah.
my homies, it went up to 3.4 billion on his Coinbase account. Yeah. Insane, bro.
Did he
Insane.
tell? Like I would have pulled out immediately.
He tried. He tagged Coinbase, but they wouldn't let him pull out.
Of course they
Kinda-
do, dude.
Kind of stupid, but whatever.
Dang. I've actually seen in the last day, I've seen 3 of those glitches, 3 different ones, different exchanges and stuff. So it's kind of, I don't know what's going on.
I think it's a little bit of a dangerous signal nonetheless, because when I start to see either glitches or manipulation in any form or fashion, it's a red flag for me at least.
I agree. It means that there's, yeah, definitely manipulation. Yeah, that to me, I think that, so Coinbase, they don't have it listed, so I don't know where they're getting their data from, which exchange for price, because it's obviously not their own. So, and I was looking around, I was trying to find the exchange that it came from, because if we can find that, we can go back and look at order books, because what to me, all that means is that someone made a big order and they took out the liquidity and potentially in a specific order book, and that glitch was kind of potentially real data. So I don't know. I don't know though. See how it rocks. See how it rides. Sweet. So I did open Euro USD. I did a half position, and just because we also, I gotta overstand that we did close based off Bollinger Bands here. We closed inside the band. We did bounce a little bit, but just this strong close under this last low. Just strong bearish price action. I'm good. So what I'll do is, as soon as I get extra confirmation, whatever that may be, if that means that we come up a little bit, we bounce again, then I'm going to add full position.
Zeller, I'm going to post my chart really quick for Euro USD. I'm just now taking a look at it. Although we could drop from here, I like that you have half position, given that, some of the metals are a little bit extended to the downside and that they're correlated with the euro, and that we could give a little correction up. I've got a supply zone above. I still think it's below your stop loss, which is good. But if we do come up into this zone that I'm going to post in the group and then print, let's say, a shooting star, bearish engulfing combo, something like this, I think it'd be a good place to add on. I'll post that in a second.
Rad. Yeah, thank you. Let's check silver. Silver's at a key zone right now. Good old Josh. I haven't heard from him in a while. I mean, I can see what he probably sees is just like the support level here at 21, based off, got it on the 4-hour and daily, but that's just what we were talking about last time, was that level we closed below. I don't see that. Yeah, I don't see much until I can see, I guess a little bit. Back in 2014, we experienced pretty heavy resistance right here. So, no, let's see. For me, I'd want to probably see what the daily close looks like, but yeah, you're feeling real good, bro. That last 1 hour was really good close for you for that short.
Yeah, we're almost up 5 figures here, but I'm not fucking leaving.
I love it. Well, on that note, if dollar's about to go up, let's check. Let's check GBP USD. Yeah, liking that. Strong rejection there. And actually, I would say that this was starting to look like it was bottoming out. So I still kind of see that. But this daily is rejecting so far. 4 hours rejecting so far. I like the previous, not the last 4-hour close, but the one before that. We closed the candle body lower than the previous high. Strong wicks on both sides. So yeah, it's good rejection level. But also it's kind of it looks like just a bit of a wedge forming. Not a perfect one, but So, you know, we'll see that, but it does also look like a bottom here. And Carl just posted his chart. Let's pull it up. Okay, cool. That 113 level, which let's go back to your USD. Looks like you're looking at the 30-minute here.
Oh, I see. I'm above you.
Yeah, a little bit, but that's okay. Word. See, and I was actually looking at the daily, that based off this daily, I did not feel comfortable at all with this stop loss. Like when I look back now or looking at this again, I want to have my stop loss up here.
Over that wick. Yeah. I mean, there was a ton of selling pressure in that wick. And then when you come down to the 30-minute, you've got my, supply zone. That's, what I'm saying is there's a lot more sellers than buyers based on that pattern that I posted. And when you zoom out, it's inside that wick. So totally.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And looking now as I zoom out, so I was planning this trade on the 1 hour, but zooming out, like that's kind of, I'm like asking to get stopped out based off of the daily with that location. So in this case, I am in the short. What I'll probably do is move my stop loss up, but then it's for this specific trade I made. It's a no trade for me because of the risk to reward ratio. But if Carl's looking at that zone, then your target's going to be lower than mine. What are you looking at? You're looking at 111-ish.
A lot. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, truly, I'm probably looking more down towards like, 110, 110.8.
See, this level for me, if we break that 111, 111.7, I'd be looking at 109 here.
This whole move, you zoom out on the daily and coming from like the beginning of November, big time impulsive move down. And then this move from like middle of November sideways in this 112, 114. This is a pretty textbook bear flag, like a wave 4 is what it would be, correction. So next, Elliott wave theory says that, waves move in sets of 5. So that big move behind it that I was talking about would be 3. This big sideways would be 4. And then we need a 5-wave move for wave 5 to the downside. If this does start to break down below your support levels, I would look to get short and stay short, especially given that the daily trend has been down for an entire year.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and in this case for me, I'd be more inclined to just kind of play this as a swing trade now because I agree. We just tested this support level that I'm saying if we break it for me, then we go lower. And the fact that we tested it and on the weekly here, we've just had this weak sauce price action of a bounce and we're already breaking below. So we still have 2 days left. So I am in agreement. So okay, how am I gonna play this? I'm gonna have my stop loss based on the daily, and I'm gonna swing trade this, and I'm gonna go off of the assumption that we break this level since we've tested it and the bounce has been so weak. And my target, I'm gonna base down. I'm gonna say probably right in here, this 109 level. Let me tell you why. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this. So freaking zoomed out. So we have to go like, where'd my trade go? Trading views baked sometimes.
Been given a lot of issues today.
Yeah. Okay. Let's draw another trade. Hey, what you doing?
Going upstairs.
Okay. Hey guys, there's Mia. Okay, boom. There we go. Draw it again. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it half position, of course. Just because I'm gonna have to go back to the hour here. just because I'm going to wait for extra confirmation. Since I've already gotten in the trade, I'm not going to close it because it still looks like a great trade. But yeah, zooming out, just not so good. So, okay, I have my stop loss here at 1,13261. And yeah, on MetaTrader here, it's 11325. So, but my target, I'm going off of the assumption that we break that support level that I'm looking at, just because the price action says that's what will happen. And I'm looking at a couple things for my target. So first reason I'm looking at this at the level, let me turn off Bollinger Bands here. Boom, my target's right here. So a couple reasons why. First of all, back in September 2019, we saw this as a support level. I'm also looking at it as the beginning of this whole bullish movement here that began in March of 2020. So that is that strong support at the beginning. I'm not going to bet that we break this low. Obviously, it's a strong support level. Look how much we bounced over the course of, what, year and a half. So I'm going to be inclined to think that we're going to see support as we approach the bottom, or the beginning of that whole bullish movement. So that, and we can see just one time, not only was it a bottom over here, but when we broke above that level, we actually retested it perfectly. So yeah, good level for me. So now I'm not going to plan for the exact, I'm going to give it a little room to grow. Little room to hit. So yeah, I'll probably plan for that like 109. So that level there. Now half position. So I normally would do like a 3 or a 5 lot. And so right now I just have a 1.5 lot open. And I'm probably going to add just another 1.5 when I get confirmation, extra confirmation. What's extra confirmation? Well, just continuation. So on the daily here, if we close below this little wedge that's forming, that could be good. Lower time frame, this 4 hour, if we close, basically just want to break the trend. So we have this trend of here, this little short term or lower time frame trend of higher highs, lower highs, higher lows. So as soon as we break a low, I'm going to feel good about it. So yeah, that's where we at. On that note, I'm getting hungry.
It's time for coconut, Zeller.
Let's go, dude. Actually, you're spot on. I have to go to the market and go get some. So yes, it's time for coconuts. Oh, one of my favorite snacks has been lately is coconuts dipped in peanut butter. Oh, so good, guys. So
a little chocolate drizzle on there when you get a good trade going,
as a treat, reward myself. All right, you made a good decision, buddy. It works. Well, cool, guys. So I'll probably post when I see confirmation. I'm gonna flow. So I'm in the trade. I'll watch it on my own. That's why I have stop loss set though as well. I am traveling tomorrow. I'm going to Nevada for Christmas. So I'm gonna be there for a couple weeks. I'm gonna take a break for sure. Like I was saying, I know I've kind of on the group portion of things, I know it seems like I've been taking a break, but when I mean a break, I'm not gonna be coaching. I'm not gonna be doing anything for at least a week. So I'm gonna announce that. But yeah, I'm really, really focused. I've been actually going through on the whiteboard here, writing out some goals for the new year, and just looking to visualize and manifest them. And getting really focused. So I'm gonna get a good reset. I'm really stoked to get some of my favorite supplements when I get back. Shout out to the supplements. I'm spending like $500 today. Nothing crazy, but when it comes to feel good stuff, nootropics, it's on the higher. I'm gonna show you guys this. Oh my goodness. Interstellar Blends. Have you heard of Interstellar Blends yet, Carl?
No, but I am intrigued.
Dude, okay. Best of the best, bro. You will not regret it. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys the sampler. I actually bought this stuff a year ago, over a year ago, and I left a review. Just gotta find it. 7 Sages Trinity combo. Boom. Okay. One or two of you might have already heard me read this, but the reason I'm so stoked about it is because I actually ordered some to Mexico and it's been stuck in customs. I haven't been able to get any here, so I have it finally. I'm gonna have it as soon as I get to Vegas. It's gonna be there, ready, stoked, very excited. But at the time I bought this stuff, it was like I was experiencing pretty heavy brain fog, just not having the best time. Let me find it. And here we go. Cody James Faust, verified owner. So these blends, I'll explain what these blends are after I read my review really quick. But this sampler was my first experience with interstellar blends. I suffered from brain fog and fatigue. And from day one, they've been obliterated within 20 minutes of drinking the first cup. For years, I've been searching for something to take just to feel good. I have a cabinet full of almost every natural vitamin or supplement you could find at your local natural grocery store. I was in there, guys. And nothing I've taken aside from psychedelics assisted me to feel as good as these blends. I've not felt this consistently good in my entire life. And I actually experienced some growth in my subconscious programming. I'd programmed myself to believe that no matter how good I felt at any point, it wouldn't last. That belief was obliterated along with the brain fog. After drinking the blends, I feel like my mind, body, soul is aligned. I've experienced so much growth in other facets of my life since the first blend I drank. Extremely grateful for the recommendation. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I just wanted to show you guys, like, that's why I'm so stoked on it. Now, same thing. You can get things you don't like. It's a product, but why this stuff is so good. If you go to the website, which I'll post to the group, you go to these specific blends and it has all the ingredients, all the natural ingredients, all the herbs, flowers, plants from around the world. So like this one has ginseng in it. Everyone's heard of ginseng, but agmatine, have you heard of that? I haven't. And you can click on the ingredient itself. It has all the studies under it, and you can click on it. It'll take you to a link to the actual study of what that ingredient does. So very detailed. This was my first experience of the blends they have. They have tons of different blends for different things. If you were to get just one blend, I would recommend getting Trinity. Trinity is just, okay, what happened? You drink this stuff and you just like, it's like you're just in flow state. It's just like you're perfectly aligned. You can take it with coffee. They recommend taking it with coffee. I used to just take it by itself. But it's just like everything that your body needs and everything that your body didn't know existed that it could have to help it feel better. It has all of it. So I am stoked. I've talked about it, but I haven't talked about it a lot just because I haven't been able to get it. I've been out for a while and my stuff has been stuck in customs, like I said. So if you're really feeling yourself, you really love yourself and you're like, yo, I'm going to do this, go to combos. And they have their 25 blend mega combo. It comes with every blend they have. It's $2,500. If you don't have $2,500 to just blow though, like I highly recommend, like it will probably change your life type, recommend ordering that sampler that I got, which is 7 Sages and Trinity, or just ordering Trinity. Either way, it's going to be $250 investment in yourself. But yeah, I've already got some. I ordered that blend, the 7 Sages and Trinity. The cool thing about 7 Sages, why they call it 7 Sages, is they have a different blend for every day. And they do that very methodically so that you don't build up tolerance so easily. And so you can, it's like a new blend each day and you feel good every time. And then Trinity is just like it's the same blend. Obviously they don't have it split into different versions of it, but just your ultimate feel good blend. It's like super powerful. And the one that's been stuck in customs that I ordered more of, that I have in Vegas waiting for me, is this autonomous nootropic. And this one, oh yeah, one other thing too is when you spend $250, it's gonna last you like at least a couple months. Okay, so it's worth it. Like it's nothing crazy. But this one I'm really stoked on. I've been reading reviews, and it's like the best of the best nootropic, probably in the world. And so everyone has the same. Just go and check the site, bro, and you can check any blend, and they all have the same reviews. So, but Trinity is just a feel good one. This one's nootropic. People in the reviews say they feel like their brain's on the limitless pill when they have this blend. And the amazing thing is just literally all the most natural stuff, plants and herbs, and the tea. When you get it, you taste it. And it does taste that that herby and groundy kind of flavor. It's pretty good. But they have, if you know what autophagy is, that's basically what gets rid of all the crap in your cells. Usually you have to fast for a few days to get into autophagy. It's usually like the 3-day point, which is where your cells go into full repair mode and they cleans all the crap out. This gets you into autophagy by drinking the cup of tea. So it's like when your cells clearing stuff out, that's anti-aging. They have heart protector, glucose blocker. They have this one that's really powerful. This one, Helico. A lot of people don't know, but it's like 70 to 80% of the population of the US has what is it called? H. pylori, Heliobacter pylori. It's a gut bacteria that really messes with digestion and causes brain fog, causes depression, causes anxiety, causes a bunch of random crap, causes food allergies. If you have any food allergy that like your stomach just, it doesn't feel right, or even get like itchy throat or whatever. A lot of times it's just this bacteria, because and it also make you crave things. Like if you have like heavy sugar cravings, the bacteria it's in your gut, and your gut is your second brain. And so to like almost tell your gut, hey, this is what I want. So that's a really good one. But yeah, do your own research. Of course, they all, like I said, they all do different things. They have one for hair. They have She Legit. They have a brain protector. They have ones for sex, like sex drive and stuff. Yeah, they have all of it. Anti-cancer. If you know anyone who is going through any dis-ease or anything at all, these blends, I've read reviews, like have cured people's cancer, like the specific blends. And the cool thing is you can go to their site and you can send a message. You can actually text Gavin, the owner, and he's in Texas, and he texts back pretty quick. And you say, hey, I'm experiencing this, this, and this. What should I try? And he'll say, hey, get this, this, and this. Or, you know, so for me, when I talked about the fatigue and brain fog, it was like, I was in a good mental space, really good meditation, like meditating, Tai Chi, like I was doing fine. I was flowing. I was feeling great. Except it just wouldn't last. Like I would just go through these stages where it's just like, oh, I feel really good. And then it's like, oh, okay, now I got to spend 3 days feeling bad. And with these blends, it's like literally every day I feel good. And even now I think back to it, I'm like, dang, I cannot wait, because even now I'll have that where I haven't been, because I've been putting a lot of energy out. I've been putting a lot of energy and time out, that I have been waking up sometimes and just feel like, frick, dude, like I don't want to do anything today. Like, you know, I just want to like crawl back in bed. Like this literally like gets rid of that. Like you drink your first cup, it gets rid of that. It's like you wake up, and when you have used it for a couple days, it's in your system. And so you're just waking up feeling good. And you just have your tea at the same time, and you just flow. So anyway, I'm gonna put in the sampler that I would recommend. I think that just because that's what I tried, and I just noticed there's just such this is for you if you at all want to go to the next level, I think, mentally. So what I ordered is, like I said, this sampler combo the first time. I got this, but the bigger size now. They have a larger size of this. And then I also got that nootropic. So, and I literally, like in my review, I said my life is forever changed. Like I'm a customer for life, and I meant it. I meant it. So, okay, let's see here. I'm going to post this into consciousness expansion. I don't have any affiliation with these guys at all. I just love the product, by the way. But I'm telling you, if you had $300 to your name, I would spend $250 on these blends. Because if you have only $300 to your name, these blends will upgrade your mind and your consciousness and your everything to a level where you can manifest way more. I'll put that out there. That's how I feel. Oh, let me edit this. Tag everyone. Okay, I'm gonna post that sampler and then I'll post also the nootropic that I got that I'm so stoked. This is one I haven't tried, but I'm so stoked. This one's all about brain, bro. So, and I've seen reviews of people taking just this and just like upgrading, like the stuff that I had experienced, like I was talking about before, like some brain fog and stuff. I've seen people, I had to take the other sampler. I took the other sampler and I got rid of it, but some people are saying that just this blend did that for them as well. And yes, I've tried it all, guys. Like for the most part, like I had an Adderall prescription at one time, like plenty of psychedelics, like trading on psychedelics, trading with Adderall. I don't have Adderall at all in my life. I haven't for years. And psychedelics, yeah, I took microdose yesterday. And but these are up there, probably best of the best. So I'm hyping myself up. I'm just I'm getting so excited. Finally get some. Anyway, yeah, so here we are. Here it is. I'm gonna call it. I'm sending you guys all the love and all the joy. So, oh yeah, one other thing, Carl posted his trade ideas. He also posted the DXY. So looks like DXY might come down into supply based off of what Carl sees, and doing that looks good for the Euro USD short and for a silver short. So we'll watch it. I can't say that I'm going to live stream again until maybe next week. So we'll see. Just like I said, I'm traveling, but if you have any questions, just reach out on Discord, wherever else, and we'll get to it. So all the love to you guys, all the joy. We'll talk to you real soon. Figure out Zoom here.